Hello and welcome to yet another Yapping with me, Fellonius the Wizard. Today we are going to talk about fairy tales. Now, I was reading a lot of fairy tales when I was small, when I was young. I mean, I probably started reading 5-6 year old, and it was almost always all these fairy tales. And the Grimm brothers were mostly, and of course Mr. Andersen from Denmark, those were who were the ones that I knew about. I have heard them all, and then they started to get up on Disney, having the Cinderella and the Snow White and all that, but I didn't like them. I liked to read my fairy tales. Now, I am actually preparing an advent calendar for this year 2024, if this is someone who is listening way after it happened, and I was thinking that I should have, let's see what type of fairy tales I will see, and I thought that I would most likely see the same old stuff, but no, they have been written a lot of fairy tales since I was a kid. And they are so good, some of them, and some are so bad, but they are still new. And I was going, hold it. And suddenly I saw Beatrix Potter, and I saw whatever his name was, Bauer, and all that. And I was thinking, how did I miss these ones? I'm 66 years old. I should have read these when I was 6, and I haven't. So I have been reading fairy tales lately, and I like it. I mean, they are, of course, they are morally correct. They are not into our type of modern society. I mean, I have yet to find a fairy tale with a cell phone in it. But I have read fairy tales about trains and cars and aeroplanes and helicopters and all that stuff. So it's not like it's just gnomes and giants and stuff. No, they are some of them that are modern, perhaps a bit screwed to the Christian side. There's always a religious side, but good morals are often Christian, so I don't bother with it. But I love them. Some of them is so good that I can't. Why don't people talk about this? I mean, you should actually go to the library and get yourself a fairy tale book. That's how I feel. Now, I have bought mine because I have a second-hand store pretty close. It's like, I don't know, 40 yards. So I could just walk down every Friday or Saturday and get myself something that I want. And I found winter fairy tales, which is actually exactly what gave me the idea about an advent calendar. I want to see if I can find 25 different stories about winter. And they should be fairy tales, and they should probably be for kids only. So the fact that I like them doesn't really count. They should be somewhat bitter. But I guess I have missed so many. Perhaps some of you out there have some good tips on this. Perhaps you can tell me of some authors that are very good on making fairy tales overall. It doesn't have to be winter, it doesn't have to be gnomes or stuff. All I want is good fairy tales. But suddenly I just been, I do read a lot of other stuff as well, of course, but still, this is actually being some sort of project to be. And if you have heard this yapping a year later, you might actually have been seeing that advent calendar if I succeed. That's how it is. Take care, and I'll be back next Sunday. Bye.